If you want a really good graphics card for your PC, it will cost around £500-600. So
no doubt.
yeah, so getting
but for a laptop, you know, like I'm saying, back in 2012, 2013, 2014, you could get something decent that would hold up for at least like 3 years.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm fucked up is because I spilled beer on it.
Spilled beer on it. By the way, I think you need to boost your sound a little bit.
So might be having that same US. How's this?
Talk again.
How's this?
Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's good.
All right, I'm gonna disconnect the mic and put it back in, see if it makes a difference.
All right, go ahead.
Let me get back to Zoom.
Oh, he's gone. Is he gonna come back? Actually, I'm looking like I sound a little bit low. Let me raise my voice a little bit. Oh, is it already on the highest? Oh, touche.
How's that?
Say again?
Does that work? How's that?
No, don't hit them. Don't actually hit the mic. Just talk normally.
I didn't hit it. I just moved it.
Oh, right. It sounded like you were hitting it. It sounded like you were beating up the mic.
That's good. That means it must be very sensitive then.
Oh, see, I was going to do it again. Oh, see how quickly I was about to say it. You knew what I was going to say. I actually had to refrain myself from saying it. I'm trying to be good.
Why are you trying to be good, man?
Because...
Shit. Shit.
Oh.
Magnetofication. Oh yeah, I want to research this shit later on.
Magnetofa what? Magnetofa what?
Magnetofaction.
Okay, say what? No, seriously, magnetofa what?
Magnetofaction.
Magnetofaction. Ooh, that sounds like two words that should not be together, but they are, and I want to know more about that too.
Because I don't know if you've seen this shit on social media where people are talking about, oh yeah, they got the vaccine and now it's sticking to them like a magnet.
Oh, that
and I was like, okay,
bullshit.
Cool, whatever. I was like, whatever, you know. But then I saw a video about, and this was like a mainstream news report, and this woman was on there talking about something called magnetofaction, and I was like, okay, interesting. So yeah, I'm just looking that up now, and I want to see what it actually is, and if there's actually some sense in there.
Is she American? Was this an American?
Yeah.
It's called bullshitification. That's what that's called. It's the high class bullshitification. That's what that is.
Hey, if that works for you, man. I'm gonna do some digging. Because I know this world is a fucking joke.
I'm telling you right now. Do you know what it is? Okay, we're gonna start this podcast with this, right? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, right? When oh, damn it. So these people, right, they keep thinking, especially these anti-vaxxers in that country, right? They keep thinking that the government is trying to put shit in the vaccine so that when they stick it into your arm, they can track you. And they're tracking you by putting these nanobots in you. And so people are saying that when they got the vaccine, there must be nanobots or some kind of microchip in there. And that's why the metal is sticking to their skin. But these dumbasses don't understand that there's so many factors as to why something is sticking to your skin. You might have oily skin that is easy for objects to stick on it, because it might be the angle of which you put that object onto your skin. There's so many different factors as to why something's sticking to your skin. You cannot fit a microchip or some kind of metal bots into a vaccine, into a needle that's small. That's not possible. We can't do that shit yet. That's still way in the future. It's just stupid. And even if there was microchips in the vaccine, there's no way the rate of our blood is moving throughout our body. There's no way that all of that shit will stay in that area for that long for you to get a metal object to stick to your arm. Fair enough.
But
you can keep your digging.
I'm a person who I don't say things one way or the other because I just don't know.
Okay.
That's the way I approach this life is I don't fucking know, because this world is so strange and so weird that, one thing that you said was, we don't have the capabilities to do that yet. And I'm like, well, how do you know? You're not in the underground bunkers with these motherfuckers. At the end of the day, all that we've seen is what is wanted to be seen.
And that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to get into that today. Hey,
there's all kinds of experimental shit going on that we will never know about.
That I agree with. Yeah, of course.
The people controlling them don't want us to know about it. And what I think is happening, especially with the whole vaxxers versus anti-vaxxers narrative. So personally, I don't identify with either label. No, I have no intention of getting myself vaccinated. And at the same time, my argument is not, nanobots.
Wait, okay, ちょっと待ってください. Please give me a second. So you're not going to get vaccinated if you could?
No.
Okay,
no.
Continue. Just wanted to clarify.
Yes, indeed. And what I think is happening is that it's always very easy to pick up on the weakest, stupidest part of an argument and then go to town on that. And that's what happens in the media. Last year, it was the whole, I don't even want to say this word on our fucking show, man. CVID, yeah. And 5G. 5G.
Yes, that's all I was going to say that as well, yeah.
People were like, oh my God, these people are so stupid. They think 5G towers can give you this sickness. And I was like, okay, maybe a couple of people were saying that, but not everyone was saying that.
A lot of people were thinking it. People were smashing and dragging down 5G poles.
Indeed. And that's going to happen. And then that's the shit that they show in mainstream media. And they say, oh, look what this, these people saying these things is making these people do these things. So let's just call them all stupid. And what is happening is that I was listening to some people who had a more nuanced take on it. And again, it's not necessarily that I'm like, oh yeah, that's facts. But it's like, that's interesting, the way they put it. And the way they put it wasn't these 5G towers are giving people this thing. The way they put it was differently.
Okay, how they put it?
That's how this machine works. I don't want to get into that because I don't need to. Again, I think I don't pay any mind to that shit. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm doing my thing. And yeah, again, I don't want to get vaccinated because I don't feel I need to at the end of the day.
Okay, so let's get back onto that. So you feel like you do not need to get vaccinated because you just don't need to. You don't want to get vaccinated because you don't feel like you need to get vaccinated.
The question is, why would I? First of all, let's start with that.
Okay, do you want me to answer that?
Please.
Okay, fair enough. No, I love this. Okay, cool. So here's the thing. I think I've known you for a long time, and I know how. I'm not trying to like simp on you or anything, but you are like a godlike figure in terms of your athleticism.
I can't say I was expecting that one. Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
You didn't even let me finish. In terms of your athleticism, right? Because you work out, you're a beast when it came to American football. So you just be doing flips and jumps like it was nothing. I'm like, this dude, man, he can get bitten by the actual vid bat and he wouldn't even catch that shit. But it's not the fact that you will get sick. It's the fact that you may come in contact with someone else who will catch it and then get severely damaged. That's what this whole thing is about. It's not that you should get the vaccine to keep you safe. It's you get the vaccine to keep everyone else safe. Because there's many people that live on this planet that unfortunately for them, they were born with a fucked up immune system, or there's some people who are actually what's the word? When allergic, there we go. They're allergic to whatever ingredients are in the vaccine. There are people with already severe illnesses that unfortunately cannot get that vaccine because it will fuck up the medicine that's already going through their bodies. And there's just old people that they're just old. Or there's young people that they're just too young. Their immune system hasn't grown yet. So even though you specifically will be safe and you can come in contact with the vid9 and not get it, but if you catch it and it's swirling around your body and you go near someone who just cannot deal with it, you might just be fucking up their entire situation. That's why you get the shot. That's why you get the vaccine.
So yes, this is also the argument I've heard. And the question I have for that is, how exactly does the vaccine make me unable to spread?
So
how exactly does that work?
So the thing is, right, is that it will pretty much just what I get from it is it pretty much does one of two things. One is it will attack the virus in you, so that of course you just, because you can be a carrier and it just, maybe it's attacking your body, but maybe your immune system is so strong that it's not having that many severe effects. But the vaccine is the virus is still in your body. It's still flown around trying to fuck you up, but you're just too strong for it. So you could cough or touch something or something, and it's still breeding inside you and spreading. But if you get the vaccine, then the vaccine and your immune system can just fuck this shit up so that it can't come off you and spread. And the second reason is, if other people see that you're vaccinated, then maybe they will be inclined to vaccinate too, because sometimes monkey see, monkey do. And you see other people getting vaccinated, you're like, oh, I guess I should go get vaccinated too, seeing as that other person got vaccinated. So it's like a two-prong attack, you know?
So the only thing I got from that was that my behavior would influence others.
Yeah, pretty much.
In terms of how it would actually physically, biologically stop me from spreading, I still didn't get how that works.
You still didn't get how that works?
No. What you said was that the vaccine would kill the virus, right?
Or help you like diminish the virus in your body so it won't be able to spread, yeah.
What is it that the vaccine actually does?
Man, speak to a goddamn, there's websites, go on the vid websites, I don't know.
That's it right there.
Speak to the World Health Organization.
I don't know what that shit does.
Okay, I don't know what's in the actual vaccine. All I know is that this vaccine, okay. Let me give you, if you're gonna go from that perspective, right? If you're gonna go from that perspective, let's say you get sick and you just get sick when you think it's just a normal cold, but this cold is fucking your shit up. And you're like, damn, this is a strong cold. I'll be coughing, I'll be sneezing, I can't even get out of bed. And then someone gets you, cold medicine. Are you going to ask them, what the fuck is in this medicine? Or are you just going to take the cold medicine because it's cold medicine?
I wouldn't take it.
Well, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're telling me it's fucking your shit up and you're not going to take the medicine.
You want to know something?
You've never taken medicine your entire life.
I have. I used to take paracetamol, aspirin, ibuprofen quite regularly. I used to pop ibuprofen before I went on the field when I was younger.
Okay, so do you know what was in there?
Hear what I'm saying? No, but hear what I'm saying. For the past, back then I was sick at least once a year, sometimes twice, and often quite heavily. I had like some heavy flus that were pretty nasty. 3 years ago, I decided I was sick of taking pills and medication. I said, this just doesn't feel right to me anymore. And I stopped.
Okay.
In 3 years, I haven't been sick. So since I stopped taking pills and medication, I've not gotten sick. I've begun eating a lot better. I went shopping earlier. I'm looking at all the fruit and veggies on my table. I got spring onions over there, some mushrooms and garlic, aubergine, bananas, pineapple. And generally, from what I understand, the vaccine is intended to strengthen one's immune system, right?
Yes.
I'm strengthening my immune system by eating healthily, by getting me some sunshine, putting my feet on the ground, by not living in stress. And I haven't been sick in 3 years.
Okay, so can I rebuttal? Or
Please.
Can I? Okay. So you literally kind of just answered your own question there. Where, I mean, okay, I get where you're coming from. So you said you stopped taking medicine and then you started to eat a whole lot more better. Like you got an actual healthy diet, correct?
Yep.
So you pretty much took away all the bad shit you used to eat and you eat.
No, not all of it.
Not all of it, but most of it. Most of it is gone, yeah. So most of the dumb shit you used to eat, the bad stuff for your body, you stopped eating, and now you're eating good stuff. It's good for your body, and now you've not been sick for. I mean, I think you've been a bit ill, but you're saying that you haven't been sick for 3 years.
No, I literally haven't. You know,
not
I've
even
had.
this. Go on.
I've had a nose that is running, but again, I struggle to see that as sickness because that's just my body doing what it's designed to do, which is remove shit from, you know, that I breathe in. It collects in the mucus and then runs out, says we don't need that. We don't need that. But I've not been sick.
But basically, you've had like sneezes and coughs and blocked nose and itchy eyes and
When
stuff.
you say
like
have
that.
sneezes, what do you mean?
Like, you know, you've had a blocked nose and you've sneezed, or you've had a bit of a cough. You've had that.
I haven't even had as much as a cough.
Oh, come on. You're telling me in 3 years you've never even had a cough?
In 3 years, I haven't had a cough.
Really?
In 3 years, I haven't had a cough. Have I had a blocked nose? Yes. But in terms of I can't stop coughing, no. In 3 years.
Not even a slight cough. I'm not talking about the heavy.
I have cough, yes.
There you go.
I have cough. But that doesn't mean one is sick. And this is the mindset.
No.
See, the mindset that we've been taught. The mindset that we've been taught is, oh, if you're coughing, you're sick. If your nose is running, you're sick. And I don't subscribe to that. I'm like, if my nose is running, that means my body is clearing something.
No, but that's not what I said. That's not what people are saying. I'm not saying, like, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about an actual illness. Like, you're talking about, have you caught the cold? Have you caught this? That's an actual illness, right? I'm not talking about an illness. I'm talking about just when, you know, you have a slight cough every now and again. You have a blocked nose every now and again. Runny nose, like you said, you had a runny nose every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you were saying that you took medicine out and you ate healthy, and now you haven't caught an illness in 3 years. Okay. So here's what I'm saying to you, right? That's great. That's amazing. And that's what a lot of people should be doing. But a lot of people don't do that. And hence why they get ill more. Hence why there's medicine for those people, right? They should be eating healthy, but they're not. And the second thing is, this is not a bacterial disease. This is a virus. Viruses are completely different than bacterial diseases. This is a new virus that has sprung up. And because it's a new virus, your body has not been, you know, prepped for this whole new virus that has been created. Hence why you can be the fittest person. Go online. You will see cases of young people, athletes, very healthy, and they just got KO'd by this thing, just absolutely murked. So it's kind of a roll of the dice kind of thing. So you get the facts
at all.
Okay.
At the end of the day, yes, I could get fucked up by anything. I could get fucked up when I would cross the road right now and hit by a car. It's all very possible. At the end of the day, I know that my best defense is to keep my immune system strong.
Yes. And to do that is to get the vaccine.
If that's how you see it, fair enough.
But
I don't see it that way. I see my immune. The way I was born into this world, right? As I was. And this earth has everything that we need, the way I see it. It has everything that we need to strengthen ourselves and to heal through food and through herbs, through natural stuff, right? Funnily enough, the things that are in vaccines are often made from things in the earth anyway, and then put a whole bunch of other stuff in there. It's the whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not too thrilled with. And I'm like, well, I don't really need to do that. I'm just going to keep my immune system strong the way that I do it. And if I get fucked up doing that, then at least I go out on my own terms.
But that's
I go out on
fine.
my own terms.
That's fine. That's fine, right? But here's the thing. It's not about you. And this is what I'm trying to get. Because this is like a Joe Rogan mentality.
I hear you. I totally hear what you're saying. You're saying that somehow me doing that would prevent others from getting sick. I hear you saying that, but I don't see the logic.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, fine.
I don't
let me draw you the logic. Let me draw you the logic. Okay. So, yes, right? This earth has everything we need to protect ourselves, to keep ourselves healthy. Of course, right? But the way you're speaking is in the sense that if that's so, right, then why do we need we shouldn't need all the stuff. Well, technically we don't need some of the material stuff we have, but we don't need all of the material stuff we have. Like humans getting out of the caves and building huts and making civilization, farming, all of that shit. That shit never would have been, we should never have done that because the earth has everything we need. So we never should have settled down. We never should have made farms. We never should have made cities or the TV or anything like that.
Cities are built from the earth. All of these things, they're built from the earth. That's the only way it can be. So I'm saying that
it's the same with the vaccines, dude.
Okay, and I understand that. And I'm saying that's a part of the earth that I'm choosing. For example, cauliflower also comes from the earth. I fucking hate cauliflower. You're not going to catch me eating it. It's that simple. So I don't like cauliflower. I'm not going to eat it.
So now you are purposely picking and choosing what you don't want. So that's you taking...
Yes, I am picking and choosing what I don't want because I have that power.
Yeah, okay. And that's fine. But I'm just letting you know that by not taking the vaccine, you are going to maybe compromise a lot of people you come in contact with.
So once again, you haven't yet actually explained to me how that prevents me from spreading it to them. That's what I need to know. Okay,
I will explain it again. Right, from the best of my abilities, because I'm not a physician. I haven't gone to medical school. I'm just trying to go off what I've heard from the CDC, from the World Health Organization, from all these other smart ass people. What I got from it, right, is that this is a new virus that has never been seen. Your immune system works like this. When your immune system comes up against something, it probably already has come up against it when you were younger in the past. So it already memorizes all of the bacteria and viruses and shit that it's faced before. So before this thing can spread in your body and do damage, your immune system already knows how to fuck it up and bust its ass so it doesn't mess you up. Great. But this virus is new. So if it hits your immune system is like, what the fuck is this? I have never seen this before. Everyone deploy all fucking cavalry, like fire everything, get this shit, all right? So depending on who you are, like you've been eating healthy, you're a healthy person. So maybe it won't fuck you up as much as other people who are not as healthy as you know? But even though you might not be feeling heavy, strong symptoms, the virus is still in your body, replicating and spreading all throughout your system. So even though you personally may not be showing heavy signs that you have this, you still have it and you can still spread it to other people, to other places. So to make sure you do not spread this virus, you get the vaccine into your body. So the vaccine helps your immune system understand what it's facing. So your immune system is like, oh, this is how we fuck this fucking virus up. So with this information it gained from the vaccine, it goes, all right, guys, this is how you fuck it up. It fucks up the virus. So the virus is not multiplying in your body. And so now you can be vid-19 free and then you're good to go. And then you won't be spreading it to other people. And then everyone's all good.
So again, I'm going to just try and identify the actual point here. So the vaccine,
yes,
right, It's supposed to destroy the virus.
It's supposed to help your immune system. Yeah, it's supposed to help your immune system pretty much have the information it needs to mess this virus up. Yeah.
So it helps my immune system by giving it new information.
Yes.
By doing what? How does it give it that new information?
Dude, and this is where I like I said, I am not a medical physician. I have not gone to medical school. I don't know the in and outings of the actual vaccine. And there's many vaccines out there that work in different ways. So I have no idea, dude. You need to speak to a doctor about all of that because I do not know.
So I spoke to a doctor, believe it or not. And that doctor also agrees that there's no need for... I'm not even going to go into that, to be honest.
No. You said that you have to. You went into that. Let's go.
Okay. Essentially, he was saying that a lot of this is unnecessary. You were saying that you got your information from the CDC and the WHO, right?
Just from everywhere, from everyone. Yeah.
Right. Are those organizations to be trusted?
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to say I don't know and see what you say.
Okay. I also feel the same way. I don't know if they're to be trusted. And I'd even go a bit further and say I don't trust them. Okay. Because it's got a lot to do with our difference in worldview, first of all. Mm-hmm. And my worldview is that we should work from the roots, work from the basics. All right. And to like on the subject of vaccines themselves, what I'm seeing a lot of right now is giving people perks, right, and rewards.
You have a Nino in the background. Yeah. Someone's just died of the COVID-19. I heard a in the background.
So what they're saying is, right, if you take this needle, here's some fast food. All right, here's some burger and some fries. If you take this needle, here's a Krispy Kreme donut every day of the year for the rest of the year. And I'm like, but wait, I thought we were talking about health. I thought we were speaking about health. So why is it that we're speaking to people like McDonald's to help boost this needle campaign? Why is McDonald's anywhere in the picture?
Wait,
are they the picture of health?
How did McDonald's get into this, dude? What?
McDonald's, they are. Let me see if I can find a picture here.
Well, are they trying to push the campaign of COVID-19? I mean, the vaccine. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's on their fries.
Okay, but dude, that's
like, here you go. Go and get this needle with these fries that are so super healthy and don't have any sort of trans fats or chemicals in them at all.
Okay, do you know why? Do you know why they're saying that? The reason why these companies are doing that is because we are technically still kind of in a worldwide lockdown-ish, and they just want things to go back to normal so people are coming back and buying their stuff. So if you want people to come out and buy their stuff, they need to be vaccinated, because you don't want people coming into your establishment still having the vid and then spreading it to everyone and then everyone going on lockdown, especially in your establishment, because then your establishment will be painted as the vid establishment, and you don't want to get the vid. You know, that's money loss. So to get people to go back to normal means they need to get vaccines. So let's just say if they come in and get a burger, we'll give them a free vax. Let's do that, because that's not just McDonald's. There's quite a few companies are doing that. They just want to get the vaccine as many people as possible, just so we can go back to normal and everyone can just keep spending money and going back into the system of how fucked up this society and economy is.
Well, I don't intend on contributing to that mentality. I don't want to contribute to that mentality of, let's just do this to get back to normal, because that normal wasn't healthy. You know, the number one cause of death, even in this moment that is being called a pandemic, the number one cause of death is still heart related. It's related to heart disease, which is linked to stress levels that we live in, and it's linked to the food that we eat, the way that we live our lives. We live a very destructive lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You live a very destructive lifestyle, and I personally don't see the solution as a needle.
Okay, no, okay, okay. Like,
and going further into that, You know, we spoke about the whole bat thing, right? Do you still buy that story?
The thing is, right? If so, it's been confirmed that it did originate in China, right? We all know it originated somewhere in China, regardless if it's Wuhan, in a cave, or whatever. My issue is that the Chinese government is just not sharing the details. Just give us the details. What the fuck happened? And it's because they're not sharing the details is the reason why the world is like, especially America, they're like, what the fuck? Where did this thing come from? So we can figure out what it is, where it came from, how to deal with it in the future so it doesn't happen again. But these guys don't want to share the information. It's like, what the fuck? Where did it come from? Tell us, for real. So I don't know
about what's going on with Fauci right now.
Oh, what's going on with Fauci? Please tell me.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Mr. Fauci, what happened to him?
It's a lot. All I'm gonna say is, yeah, go onto a search engine, not Google. Go. Type in Fauci emails and read some interesting things. And what I found particularly interesting is that the things that surface in these exchanges were very similar to certain things that other people were saying last year. And these people were being ridiculed, made fun of. They were being called conspiracy theorists.
Oh, please tell me, like what? Please, like, let me know. Like, give us the TLDR of the Fauci emails.
All right. So the TLDR is Fauci is connected to a Wuhan lab, right?
Ooh, I'm gonna put some music up in here.
Quote unquote experimenting with viruses, right? And there is a term called, what is the name? What's the term? Shit, I don't remember the term now. But there's a term that they use. And what this whole thing is about is intentionally making viruses more contagious and more lethal for the purpose of science experimenting. That's the official story. That's what they say it's for. And
okay, go on.
There were certain people around the area, certain scientists that were working there, who were desperately trying to get out some information to the public last year about what had happened, what had gone on. They're missing. They were silenced. And now it's kind of coming out that Fauci is connected to that lab. Financially speaking, he'd been sponsoring some of these research experiments. It has come out that there's a certain patent, right, to the virus itself and to its treatments, vaccines, whatever, that are dated before the date that it was officially named, discovered, whatever you want to call it. And Fauci's all in the middle of this, basically. So it's a lot. It's a lot. All I'm gonna say is it's worth Googling, and again, not Googling, do the other one, DuckDuckGo, or another search engine. But a lot has gone on with this, and this is looking shadier and shadier by the day.
Okay. Okay. So what you're saying is that what's coming? What you have just said is there's this conspiracy about these emails that has been leaked, that Fauci, the head medical officer of the United States of America, he is in the middle of this lab where they created the virus to see how potent viruses can be, and that this is what they spread this on purpose to just see what it would do.
I ain't saying all of that. I'm just saying these are different factors. But I'm going to read like a little bit. I just found an article in the New York Post, right?
Okay, so before that, I just want to say this is not a conspiracy podcast, but it's just interesting to see different people's point, or well, our point of view. But this is okay.
This is just information. That's here.
I bet, but this is not, we are not. We are not.
I don't care. I don't care what you fucking think of me. I don't care. I'm talking my talk.
We're not professors. We're not smart. But yeah, go on. What's the exact? Read it out.
So it's an NY Post article, right? So we're talking mainstream outlet here.
All right.
The headline is those who suppressed the lab leak COVID theory need to be investigated, and it's dated June 8th, so yesterday. Just the first couple lines. Every day, it seems the evidence suggesting COVID-19 leaked from a Chinese lab grows. Except much of this evidence was apparent almost from the pandemic's beginning. It's outrageous that all discussion of it was successfully suppressed for more than a year by those who stood to benefit from misleading the public. That's the opening of the article. Right there on the New York Post.
The New York Post. Okay. So, I mean, look, I don't believe that. Look, okay. So from what I took from that, as the head of the head medical officer, right, of the United States, that's what Fauci is, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna be, of course, if you are the head of a country's medical, everything. Of course, you're going to be talking to other countries in terms of, diseases and viruses. And it doesn't actually blow my mind to actually hear that these scientists are actually working on how viruses work and why they do what they do. And they're experimenting to see the effectiveness of different viruses so they know how to combat it if a virus does, get out. Now, did this COVID-19 that we just went through, or we're still going through, did it come from a lab? Maybe. Was it just a bat, someone eating a bat? Maybe. But the fact is, no one's releasing this information, so we don't know. Is Mr. Fauci in the middle of all of this? I don't know. That seems a lot more unlikely. I'm not saying that it's not possible. It's just way more unlikely. But the lab outbreak or someone eating a bat, that sounds more likely, because in the past we've seen viruses, or diseases I should say, we've seen diseases move from animal to humans before with someone eating something, and we've also seen lab outbreaks of something releasing that. But I don't know. I feel like it's just conspiracy theory for conspiracy theory's sake. I mean, there's probably, I don't know. I just feel like it's people just trying to grasp at information that they see and just trying to piece this puzzle that's not there. I think the better thing to do is to put your strength into actually stopping this virus so that, the disease just doesn't kill more people. I think that's all what we need to strive for. We don't want this virus to kill more people. All right. We just want it to stop it dead so it goes away and we can go back to some sort of normal. But our normal has changed anyway, because people are not going to act the same way they acted pre-COVID. Post-COVID, people are going to be acting different now. We're going to be walking with a different step. So, like you said, you said, because yes, the world is fucked up. But to not take the vaccine because you don't want to get back to how fucked up the world is, I think
that's not my sole reason.
Okay.
That's not my sole reason.
Okay, so
my sole reason is because I am a person who believes in addressing things at the root cause and not at the level of effect. We spoke about getting back to normal and stopping more people getting killed or whatever. But again, I'm like, what about everyone who's falling to heart disease? When do we care about those people? Why don't we care about those people?
We do.
Do we though?
Yeah, people do.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why all that junk food and all those cigarettes that are killing motherfuckers, is that why they're still legal?
Yeah, but okay.
Because we don't care about the world doesn't care about people. This is my observation.
But dude, you're literally making my argument for me. You're doing that right now by not taking the vaccine. I've just told you that you need to take the vaccine so that you can save other people, but you said you're choosing not to take it. That's the same thing as people that smoke, and they know that smoking is fucking up their lungs, but they choose not to stop smoking because they say, fuck it. It's my life. It's short. I do whatever I want. I don't fucking care if I die from cancer. It's my fault. If I get cancer, I get it. And it's the same shit, dude. It's the same stuff you're saying right now with the whole not taking the vaccine.
In your opinion. In your opinion. The same thing in your opinion. Like I said, you were not able to provide for me a definitive breakdown of how a vaccine actually stops spreading more than just my immune system would do by itself. You spoke about the thing being new, all right? And I'm like, okay, that may be the case. But at the end of the day...
That is the case.
Yeah, but hear what I'm saying. That may be the case.
It is.
At the end of the day, if I am, let's say, a trained martial artist, right? I'm a trained martial artist and I've been training for some time. I work on my strength and all of this and blah, blah, blah. I'm a good ass fucking fighter, right? And I beat people. People come to challenge me all the time and I whoop their ass. And then there's a new challenger from the East, right? A new challenger arises.
Why did it have to be from the East, man? Why do you got to go there? I'm joking. Go on.
This is the analogy. This is why they, the virus that we're speaking about, as per the story, comes from the East. So we're using the challenger from the East, right? At the end of the day, I could say, oh man, I've never fought this guy before. I need to go and learn a whole bunch of new moves. Or I could just say, you know what? I trust myself and I trust my immune system and I trust the immune systems of people around me.
What? Oh,
again, we're talking about a pandemic here, right? And I understand that people have lost people, and my heart goes out to those people, 100%. I personally don't know anyone who's fallen during this situation, and yeah,
okay.
It's just the way that I see to stop spreading, so to speak, would be to encourage healthy living in everyone, and that's the part that I'm doing.
Okay.
So it might look to you or to other people that I don't care because I choose not to do it this way. But the way that I choose to care for people is to, first of all, live healthily myself and to encourage healthy lifestyle in others. So to encourage living with less stress, to encourage eating and connecting with the earth.
Okay, I fully get what you're saying now.
My way doesn't come through a needle. That's it.
Okay, I fully get what you're saying. You're saying that, no, I get it. So for everyone watching or listening, I should say, I get it. You're saying that the world we're living in is not promoting people to live healthy lifestyles. The world we're living in generally doesn't give a shit about you. The world just cares about making money. That's what they care about. They don't care about human lives at all. And you're saying that healthiness or just well-being will not come at you just because you take the needle. Even if everyone takes the needle, there's still going to be unhealthy motherfuckers everywhere with people not giving a shit. So you want to spread everyone just living a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy and just, going through life with a positive attitude, with a positive mindset. All right?
Yeah, and I'll go further than positive to say just real, because I think positivity is stressful as well. When people try and be positive all the time, they ignore their problems and they ignore how sometimes they feel fucked up. You know, that's a different conversation. But yeah, just to be real with ourselves, to be real with each other. Like me and you are having a real last conversation right now, and it's just bringing up how we see the world, and like this is how we connect at the end of the day.
That's cool.
This is what it's about. I want people to be hiding from themselves and I don't want people to make decisions. Again, I don't want to speak for people. So I can only speak for myself. And what I'm saying is I don't make decisions from a place of fear. I'm willing to die for certain things. there's certain things that I'm willing to die for because they're not more important to me than life,
Mm-hmm.
than living in this body.
Mm. I mean, that's something to touch on later on as well, dying for your beliefs. Because if you like that's literally a topic for, because that's when we're going to speak about religion anyway. Because that's when that comes in. But I was going to say something as well. I forgot. But, well, like, I get what you're saying. But all I'm saying is you can do that and have that mentality. And it's a beautiful mentality to have. And I understand that taking the vaccine is not going to lead to you being healthy because you are already leading an unhealthy lifestyle. I understand that. I get it. I'm just saying that you don't take the vaccine to become healthy. You take the vaccine to just beat the virus and stop it from spreading. That is the reason why you take it. Just as in, why do you take why do you take the train to work and not the plane? It's like, well, I take the train because it's cheaper and it gets me there in 5 minutes and there's no airport in where my work is, you know? It's like just the vaccine is just to do what the vaccine's supposed to do. Like like we can take the vaccine and we can also at the same time preach about having, or not preach, but actually show people, look, I'm healthy. Look at the way I'm living. You can be like this too. You can do that and also take the vaccine. You know, that's also something good to like, because the way I see it is taking the vaccine is showing that you care for others. Because like I said, this vaccine is not just for you. It's about other people. It's about other people who literally cannot physically take the vaccine. So if they come in contact with anyone else who's even just slightly touched the vid, it's gonna fuck their shit up and they will automatically die. Because here's how COVID works, by the way. Here's how COVID works. COVID, from what I've heard and saw, is COVID is the kind of virus that gets into your lungs and it fucks up your lungs. And when your lungs like the protective mucus or whatever that's in your lungs, keeping it safe, the virus just breaks all of that shit down. So then every other bacteria or any other virus that comes in you is just gonna fucking KO you because your lungs cannot actually filter out all the extra shit that's coming in there. So it's not actually the virus that's killing you. The virus is murking your lungs so that anything else that comes in after is gonna murk you. That's how in these hospitals they say, oh, my family friend or whatnot, they had this and that's what killed them, but on the certificate it said that they died by COVID. Yeah, because it was COVID that initiated them to catch that other thing which killed them in the first place. If it wasn't for COVID, they would not have died of that other disease. And that's why people get really confused because they're like, oh, but they died of this. It's like, yeah, they died of that, but it was caused by COVID. That's why they died of it, you know? So I'm just saying, take the vaccine to help others who literally cannot take the vaccine. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Even if these other people eat healthy, right? And live a healthy lifestyle and they're real with themselves and real with the world, that's still not going to help their immune system. They were born like that. They were born like that and they can't help it. So they need us, the ones that can take the vaccine, to take it to keep them safe. Okay? Because there's going to be people who are not going to be born perfect in this world. They're going to be born broken and we need to help them out, you know?
That was a lovely speech.
I wasn't trying to be lovely. I was just trying to speak some sense. That's all.
Yeah. I love where you're coming from. I love the place that you're coming from. And it's not your fault.
It's not my fault. Here we go. Go on.
It's not your fault that you know, there's a link in the chain missing for me. That doesn't make sense. And again, I hear the narrative, you know, I hear the rhetoric. It's about other people. It's about keeping them safe. It's about I hear that and I get that. And Yeah, there's like I said, like from earlier on in this conversation, I said it's just that there's that piece that's missing where it doesn't make sense, where I don't see the difference between a vaccine and an immune system, you know, and that's how it is for me.
That's okay.
What I'm seeing, or I see that you really want to believe in this system. And I respect that. You really want to believe in it. Honestly. And this is a system that I lost faith in a very long time ago.
You can never lose the faith, man. You can never lose the faith, man.
I lost faith in the system a very long time ago. And for good reason. Man. And I have no regrets. And I see that you want to keep this faith. And I don't want to destroy that.
You have to keep it alive. Don't destroy it. Come at me, man. Like I said, I have a strong look, right? People and the world we live in now are shitty. Like, I don't like society at all. This society sucks. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate people. And I genuinely do believe in the next 500 years or so, human beings will wipe each other out from the face of the earth. And you know what? Good riddance. The planet will be better off without us anyway. Give the next time to the dolphins or the octopus or the gorillas, monkeys, whoever's going to take on after us. But even with that mentality, I still see the goodness in people. Like I said, people are not born evil. They are taught to be evil. I still see the goodness, and I have hope that some way, somehow, as we have done for the past 100,000 years, we're going to somehow come through in the end somehow. Maybe. I hope so. I have that faith. I keep it alive.
I deeply empathize with people. And I love people. I really do. What I've realized is that people and the system are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
People in the system are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no faith. Actually, you know what? I have total trust in the system to do what it was designed to do.
Yes.
It's just that most people don't realize what it was designed to do.
Yes.
The system was designed to keep us imprisoned, in a sense, to keep us dependent upon it. And that kind of interestingly leads into what the original thing was going to be today, which is the Matrix. I took like 4 pages of notes from the first 20 minutes of the movie. Right? 20 minutes of the movie, I got 4 pages of notes.
Wait, before we get into that, just to let people listening know, you need to go on to our first podcast. Please go to the first one where we do talk about how movies are connected to the real world and they're sending us messages. So now, yeah, that's why you heard that clap right there, because he's about to go in. And the movie we chose was The Matrix.
Pages, man. I don't know if it's gonna fit in today. Shit. That might be a next episode. I don't know.
No. It's cool. You can start it now and then we can continue next time, because we still got a good like half an hour, or even more than that actually. We've still got a good 35 minutes to talk. So go ahead, man.
But yeah, essentially the system was designed to keep us imprisoned. And I realized that over 10 years ago, I would say, when I just saw certain things. And one of the quickest ways you can see that is most of us, the people around us are cool people, right? We don't tend to know a lot of assholes. So it's like, if most of the people around us are cool and we're just trying to be cool and live a chill life, how is it that we found ourselves in this situation where we're stressed out, just doing work and grinding and all of that, and we got all these rules and regulations to even just go to a different part of this world that we were all born on. This is our planet, borders aren't real, but we have this system. We have these things called nationalities. For example, we have these separations, and we have people that can just say, "Oh, man, your grandfather's, he killed your grandfather, man. What the fuck? That's why you speak that language that you speak. I know you hate speaking that language. Ain't you pissed? I'd be pissed if that was me.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? That's how easy it is to start a war. And I know because I've done it.
Explain how.
So I had my first job at university, right?
Oh, shit.
I was working in Students' Union.
Yeah, I was there, I know.
I had a couple people there, a couple friends there. And they were very interesting. I love them. I really love them. And they have high levels of emotionality. All right. So what I would do sometimes is, like, when I saw something was getting heated, I just put my spoon in the pot and start stirring. It was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of entertaining for me. I knew it's harmless fun at the end of the day. You know, I'm really getting hurt, but I would just poke just a little bit. Be like, oh shit, that was kind of disrespectful. The way you said that, man. And just, you know, these things, they have an effect on people's emotions.
That's just friends messing with friends, man.
They get defensive. They get defensive and then they come back. So they're like, no, I'm not going to accept that. I feel disrespected. You know, I need to get my own back. And so it goes back and forth, you know, and that's just me playing games with people that I love.
Yeah, of course.
So when you speak about governments, when you speak about the people controlling governments, because they're not the real bosses, I think we all know that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The people are not the people pulling the strings.
Mm-hmm.
When we have these people with their hands in these pots, right, with these different nations, and you've got the money game that we're talking about.
Yep, it's always a money game.
People that they don't give a fuck about. You know, I like I said, I'm having emotional fun with people that I love. They're dealing with people that they don't give a fuck about, people that they never met. All right, it's like us playing a simulation game. When we got, I don't know, like not even the Sims, because you can get personal with the Sims, but maybe like Tropical or maybe SimCity, right? When you're one layer removed from those people, these governments don't give a fuck about those individuals because it's just a game to them. Those people aren't real to them. So of course, if they're playing their power games and their money games, they'll just do what they need to do.
So basically, like, just to say what you're talking about that. Actually, continue. I'll get into that later. No, sorry, I sorry to interrupt you. Continue, actually.
Go ahead. That's the. I'm done with that part. I'm ready to jump into Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like you're saying that like the government doesn't, or people actually that put in strings don't give a fuck. So it's obvious. Like, I don't understand how people cannot see this. I know we've just gone onto this topic, but it is relevant to what we were talking about before. But like, we are currently living not in a democracy. No, ladies and gents. From what I've seen, we are living in a oligarchy. And if you do not know what an oligarchy is a small group of people having control over a country or organization. So it means that these people you see, these politicians and all of these presidents or whatever, these guys are not really in charge. They're not in charge. They are speaking to the people who are actually in charge. And okay, let's use an example, all right? So was it in India or a place like that? Or not India, it was another country, maybe India. But how they had to delete Facebook or delete certain apps because the apps were having so much control over people in that country. And who do you think is doing that? Of course, there's someone up there giving these countries like certain advertisements, or they're allowing certain speech to happen on these Facebook pages or whatever, and they're just faffing with people's minds. Like, do you know how many like times we've heard of America going into a country and then causing a lot of trouble so they can fuck up the structure of the government so they can come in and take over? I mean, that's what the past few wars were about. Let's just go into this country, fuck up their government, go in there, act as if we're saving them, and just take their shit. They ain't gonna do nothing. And it's just, I don't understand how people do not see that. And then you call it democracy. How is it democracy to vote for someone who you didn't even know was gonna be voted for that position in the first place? We don't know anything about the people that are in power. We think we do, but we have no idea. We don't talk to them. We don't know them. We didn't even put them. Like, if this was a true democracy, like, why isn't there more emphasis on people who are actually voted into a position where they can even be voted into parliament? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no emphasis on it. We all know it's there. Everyone knows it exists, but it's kind of purposely pushed under the rug so that the higher ups can just usher in who they want to come into parliament. That's why when you look at parliament, it's all friends and families. They all know each other. They've known each other since they were kids. there's hardly any new young blood going in there, and it's just. Anyway, my rant is over. I haven't even gone in. I'm kind of like reserving this for another time as well. But I just didn't want to rant on for any longer. But that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. And with that being the case, it's a thing for me where I'm looking at everything that the system is made up of, right? So we're talking government, politics, we're talking education, we're talking science, we're talking law, even like sports and recreation, right? And in this system, the science, so science is supposed to be like the highest degree of our knowledge as a collective, right? Not more than 100 years ago, that science proved definitively, scientifically, that I am inferior because of my darkness.
Oh, right.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine if you can scientifically prove that I am inferior just because I am dark. What the fuck is science even?
Yeah, okay, I get you.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like that's another thing that brings me back to, you know, these are the same people that are now telling me, okay, I need to take this vaccine. Yeah, you know. So that's another part of that whole.
No, but that's the I get that. That's the same with quite a few peeps in America as well. Some people just don't want to walk in there because of what. I mean, that's even more real with America. There's some people that do not want to go to the hospitals because they know that there was a time not so long ago where they were actually literally they said, hey, come over here, we're gonna give you this, I think it was a polio vaccine or something, I forgot what vaccine it was, but then they were actually giving them a solution that made them pretty much unable to have children. They're pretty much trying to wipe out the black community. Yeah.
And for some reason we think it's different today.
I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying.
You know, so I'm just going off of my intuition at the end of the day.
I get what you're saying.
Which brings me nicely into The Matrix, right?
All right, go ahead. Let's go.
This movie, whoa, damn, son. This is probably the biggest movie in my life, right? I watch it, I guess I was telling you, at least every year, sometimes 2 or 3 times, right?
Right, it's one of my, I think it's literally one of my favorite movies. No lie, no joke. Why do you think I call myself Geo online? Why do you think I call myself Geo? It was literally because of Neo.
Fair enough. That's what's up. Yeah, it came out in 1999, and I was 9 years old at the time, and I remember some of the older kids at school had seen it already. They had seen it because their families pirated it or some shit. So they were coming to school talking about, yo, you seen The Matrix? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen it yet. So, but it was always in the back of my mind because I saw the poster and I'm like, that film looks crazy.
Yeah, it looked
dope. Looks dope. The long black jackets, the shades. I'm like, yo.
Wow.
And obviously trailers with the Neo doing the bullet time shit and dodging bullets. You know, shit looks crazy. I'm like, yo, okay. All right. So it must have been a year or so later when it came out on. Did we get it on VHS?
Yeah, it must have. Yeah,
I don't remember. I think it was VHS though. Yeah, we had it, and I watched that shit, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." But obviously, at the time, I didn't really understand the themes that were going on. And as I got older and had my own experiences in the system, and continued to watch this movie on different levels with different knowledge, different experience, it took on new meaning. And every single time I watch it, it takes on new meaning. And so I grabbed my notebook. I turned on the film earlier and I said, you know what? I'm going to just write down what I see, what I feel. And like I was saying to you, man, 20 minutes in, I got 4 pages of notes.
Dude.
And I'm like, this movie is deep.
Wow. If you really go into it, if you really want, I think by the way, I genuinely do believe The Matrix is the reason why people start to theorize the multiverse and start to theorize that we're living in an actual simulation.
But here's the thing, and this is so there's a book called The Gnostics, right?
Yeah.
And these people were talking about that same shit 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
2,000 years ago, and before that, the Dogon were talking about this kind of stuff.
But to be honest,
this is ancient knowledge.
Yeah, but you have to think about it like this, right? Because this ties in a little bit to religion, which we will go in on a little bit later. But the whole thing with religion, right, is that we were created by this magical super eternal being, right? And then when we die, we then go on to another place to then live eternally with this super magical eternal being. So then, regardless of if you're looking at from a scientific point of view, from a religious point of view, or from a fanfic point of view, all these three things are saying the same thing. You are awoken in this world where you have to live through challenges, and then depending on how you lived will depend on where you go after you die, right? And so this is not technically, it's the real world, but not really, because your eternal life actually happens afterwards. So they're all saying the same shit, to be honest.
Basically, when you go down to the roots, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And so we see, first of all, a whole bunch of numbers, right? And numbers always, they're broken down into zeros and ones.
Yep.
Which are the building. You studied computer science.
Yep.
So you can tell us about ones and zeros.
Oh, well, that's easy. Zero means a circuit is open. One means a circuit is closed. And so it's pretty much it's pretty much the, literally, like you said, it's the building blocks of every single thing you use. Any device you use is literally zeros and ones or sprung up. All of these AND gates and OR gates and OR gates and all of that shit. It's just very simple, rudimentary gates that are all strung together to make the most complex shit you could ever think of.
I love the way you put that.
Because that is what it is.
Strung together to make the most complex things.
Yeah, because that's what we learned. Because I did electronics, and that's literally what my teacher taught me. Because when he was telling us about the first gates, like, this is an AND gate, this is an OR gate, and an AND gate means if this point and this point is also 1, then the output is 1. This is an OR gate. If this is open, or if this is open, then you get a 1. And yes, it does look simple, and it's very, very simple. But if you string all of these simple things together, that's how you can make the most complex bit of shit you've ever seen.
All right. So how I also like to break down that 0 and 1 is into feminine and masculine.
Oh, here we go again. Let's go.
Yes. So the 0 represents the feminine, right? That's the vagina, that's the womb. It's around open space. Yeah.
I love how you always bring it to this. I love it. Every time.
That's it. And these are the building blocks of creation, masculine and feminine.
Okay,
right?
let's go.
That's the one. The number 1 looks like a fucking penis. Number 1 is the dick. Right? The 0 is the vagina, the womb. The 1 is the penis. Right? When they come together, that's the fundamental building blocks of creation, of nature. As we know
I fucking love it.
Right?
Oh, yes.
And what color do those numbers show up in the matrix?
Green.
Green. What color is our nature?
Green.
Right. So those zeros and ones literally build up our nature as we know it in every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the movie starts they're in a city, and Trinity, right? Trinity, feminine, she's sitting down at a table using the computer. And this hotel is called Heart of the City. So she's in the heart. She represents the heart, right? And then she's got cops, agents that come to attack her. So these cops and agents are basically attacking the heart. So we can imagine the Matrix as well as one entire body. All right. So they're attacking the heart of that body, which is what Trinity represents.
And her name is Trinity as well. What does that mean?
Indeed. So Trinity is 3, and that can be the most apparent example in our culture is the Holy Trinity. Yeah. Being the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost. Right? And so they're chasing Trinity, the Divine Feminine, over the rooftops. And eventually she gets to one where she makes a long ass jump. Yeah. Right? I remember that. The agent comes after her. He makes a long ass jump. So you can see that there's something different about these two people, about these two beings. The policeman they stop. And one of them says, "Oh, that's impossible." All right. So already we can see that in our world, how some people are able to do some crazy shit and people are like, how the fuck did they do it?
Mhm.
They say to themselves, it's impossible. And so it's just really speaking about that level of belief that exists between or in some people that doesn't exist in others.
Mhm.
So she runs now, dives through a window and down some stairs and then points the guns back up in case the agent's coming.
Yeah.
Right. And then she's feeling a level of fear at that point. You can clearly see it in her eyes and her body. And she says to herself, "Get up, Trinity. Just get up.
Yeah.
Just get up."
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's a good point in the movie. And that's just the beginning.
Indeed. Indeed. So now what is that voice that she's speaking to herself in? Who is telling who to get up? In your opinion?
Oh, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, okay, so if she's Trinity, which is 3 in 1, it must be maybe her body speaking to her mind, or her mind speaking to her body. I don't know.
Yeah. I would put it similarly, like the mind speaking to the body.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That means that we exist in more than one dimension.
Yeah.
If we can tell ourselves anything, that means that we exist in at least more than one dimension.
That right there, I actually will agree on you with. I genuinely do believe that as well. I do believe that we are more than just the physical realm that people think we are.
Yeah. And something that really made that hit home for me, I was watching a video by KRS-One a couple of years back, and he was giving a speech. And what he did was he held up a sign, and on the sign it said Rockstar, as in Rockstar energy drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said to the audience, he said, "I want you to say this word, but not out loud. Just say it to yourself." He's like, shout the word out, but don't say it aloud. And then he was just going through the process of what they would have experienced. And it's like, we can literally, with intention, shout a word or a sound to ourselves silently. So he's like, where is that voice? Like, where does that voice exist?
In our minds. And then what you're going to say is, where is our mind? In our head,
Exactly.
Really?
Where is the mind? Where is the mind? And this is when we're talking about like Avatar as well now, how these people could project into like, other reality. Right?
That's another one to talk about. That's a good mix. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good connection from Matrix to Avatar. That was a good connection, man. I like that, man.
Bro. Telling you. So then we jumped to Neo, right? And he's sleeping. And then the words come up on the screen, "Wake up, Neo." It says the Matrix has you. All right. And then he goes to the door knocks. Yeah. And there's some people that he's waiting for. He got that whole message from Trinity about wait for the white rabbit and all of that, right?
Yeah.
And so he's speaking to these people at the door. He's like, "Yo, you're a couple hours late." And they're like, "What's going on with you? You look whiter than, what is it? I don't remember the actual quote, but yeah, he said you look super white in any case." And he says, "Do you know that feeling when you don't know if you're awake or you're still dreaming?" Yeah. And then that, I'm going to connect it to another movie now. That reminded me of the whole life is but a dream in Inception.
Oh, Inception was another good one.
Indeed.
Oh, I love that movie. That's definitely in my top 5 best movies. Definitely Inception. Yep.
It's cold as fuck. Yeah. Something that happened in there when they were doing the dream creation exercise, right? Leonardo DiCaprio was saying to the girl,
who's a great actor. I forgot Paige. She's
always just Juno to me. I always call her Juno.
No, she's something Paige. Oh, she's a really good actress. I really like her. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, let's find her name.
Yeah, because she's actually really good. I forgot her name. I'm gonna feel so hurt when I find it.
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so
yeah, definitely.
Leonardo's talking to Elliot.
Yeah, and he says to her, "Do you realize that when you're in a dream, you just kind of wake up in that dream? You're not aware of the starting point. You're just there."
Yeah.
And it's similar to our lives, right? Most of us don't have memories of being in the womb or even being babies. At some point, we just became aware of our existence. For me, that like the earliest memory I have, I was probably 3. The one that I can definitely say I see clearly, I was 3 years old. Yeah. And then there's a whole bunch of numerology that comes into that as well. Because when he wakes up the next morning, all right, the time is, what is it? The time is 9:18. All right, the time is 9:18, 18 minutes past 9. And if you sum that all down to numerology, it comes back to 9 again. And 9 is the number of rebirth, like of being reborn. So there's a lot of numerology that comes into it as well. But essentially the question that him and Trinity were speaking about in the club, she was like, I know why you're here, right? I know why you live like you do. I know why you live alone. I know why you feel depressed in your job and so on and so forth. So you're not looking for him. You're looking for an answer. And, you know, in this context, him is referring to Morpheus.
Yeah.
But in a grander sense, and again, to bring it to religion, it's like there are a lot of people that are looking for him. Exactly. Looking for God. And what you said was, you're not looking for him. You're looking for an answer. You're looking for, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
What is the matrix? What is life? What is reality? What is the meaning of it? Why am I here? Yeah. And so that's the premise of the whole thing. We can get into the next bit, but we can save that. We can save it because that gets deep. It gets deep after that.
Bruh.
It's
like, the next podcast we need to go ham. Like that was sick. That was just sick, man. I want to do research. That was sick because I wanted to talk about the Matrix for so damn long. But yeah, I think there was even when you were talking about Inception, there's actually what's it called? There's a little thing going on. You know when they were doing the practice dream, but you know, okay, so in Inception there was a point where they go to meet they're meeting the guy that's gonna give them the sedative to get into like the deepest level of the dream, and then they go to this country, and then you see everyone just hooked up to the machine. And they're just random people that are just hooked up trying it out. And then I think it was Leonardo that talked to the guy and he's like, all these guys, oh no, it was Elliot actually. She was like, all these guys dreaming? And he goes, yeah, all of them are dreaming. Some of them stay here for hours. And it gets to a point where they don't even, like when they wake up, they don't know if they're still in the dream or if they're actually awake. Because they've been dreaming for so long, they don't know what's real and what's reality. And some people are so used to the dream that they just stay here because reality is just, they think reality is the dream because they're like, how the fuck can this shit be real? And in that point where he's like, oh, can I test the thing to see how potent he is? And he tests it. There's a theory going on that when he actually sleeps, then the rest of the film is actually him dreaming. That's him just dreaming, that he's still in that dream, that he didn't wake up from when he actually took it the first time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of mad with the theories that with Inception. Oh, I love that movie. And I do love Avatar as well. I love everything about Avatar. But the thing that fucks me up about the Matrix, right, is how real that theory is, especially when you encounter when you put in religion and science into it, because so right now, like you said, you talked earlier about The Sims, right? Right now, we can create games like The Sims or something even more realistic than The Sims. We right now, or not us, but other very smart computer programmers can literally create an artificial world with people who literally are born, they have childhoods, they grow up, get a job, get married, and they also have kids. And you're playing that game. And that's a simulation of their lives. How is it that we ourselves are not also in a simulation of someone else playing the game? And that
We have no idea.
we have no idea. Just as these, like you said, the building blocks are zeros and ones, right? Our building blocks are molecules and atoms. So who's to say someone didn't string up these molecules and atoms to create this world to just play around and see how it works out? And if you go to religion, that's what religion says anyway. Every single religion says that there was a mystical, magical being in the sky that went, fuck it, I'm going to create some shit. Whether it was from their blood or from their tear, from their drool, or they just snapped their fingers and shit just happened. That's what people say. So technically, from a religious point of view, we are in an actual simulation. This is a simulation.
Yeah.
So it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
Indeed.
Do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens?
I mean,
I don't believe in shit. I'm open to the idea of it.
Okay.
I'm definitely open to the idea.
So let me phrase that differently.
Go on.
Let me phrase it differently. Do you believe that aliens have already visited Earth?
So I'm gonna put it this way, right? So touching on what you were saying about the Matrix theory being like very, very plausible.
Yeah.
I feel like the best thing we can do for ourselves is to go from a mentality, because a lot of the time our mentality is, oh, we're just so bored on this floating rock that we need to dream up all of these crazy scenarios about where we could be. And I think that's quite limiting. What we could do is say, you know what? We are actually living in some crazy fucking shit, and we're just trying to figure it out.
It is true though. That's true.
We'll say that truth is stranger than fiction, right? Truth is stranger than fiction. And all these ideas for these movies, they got to come from somewhere. The man who, I think it was, who discovered DNA, the structure of DNA, was high on LSD.
Yeah.
At the time. So that says everything you need to know. You know, if we can get that kind of knowledge, that kind of insight, just being on these entheogens, it's crazy. But to come back to the original question, which was aliens.
Yeah.
I have come to the acceptance that I could be an alien.
Okay.
I could be an alien. And again, let's bring it back to video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are some people who put so much time and energy into a video game that they actually forgot that they're living a human life.
Yeah.
They basically downloaded their consciousness into that character, into that space.
Yeah, they're living vicariously through that character that they've created, yeah.
Right. So I could be an alien living vicariously through a being on Earth called Aaron. So I could be an alien. But I don't actually think that aliens can exist in Earth's atmosphere like that, because this is strictly for, like, you need a certain type of biological structure.
Yeah, that's true.
To exist on Earth.
You need to be like us.
Yeah, you could project into it. So that's kind of what I'm working with at the moment.
That's some mad thing. I mean, what you just said there, like, if you think about it, if you're an alien coming from another planet, you can't just bop into Earth like that, because maybe your structure's not created to live in this atmosphere. So you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen if you come down here. But the reason, but human beings have gone to the moon, and from what we know,
allegedly, we don't know that. Like, for facts, we don't know that. That's the story. Because I'm like, hold on, if that is the case, then how can the human body be doing all of that over there? You know? And I don't know how, it is what it is. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories surrounding that.
Because of the protective suits, Aaron. There's space suits, you know?
I hear that, but there's a lot that doesn't add up in that story for me.
Okay, what about the International Space Station?
I don't even know where it is, so I don't know anything about it. I know where it is.
It's in space. It's in Earth's.
It's in space.
It's in Earth's orbit.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's constantly flying around the Earth at like 300 miles an hour or something.
No, fair enough. But yeah, I told you, I'm the person who I don't commit to beliefs. I really don't. I find that to be very limiting. So I'm just like, all right, cool. This is the information that I have here. This is the information that I have here. And I can hold contradictory ideas in my mind just like that. it's casual for me.
Okay,
You
that's
know?
fine.
I can hear people say the Earth is round, and I can hear people say the Earth is flat, and I can listen to both of them with an open ear without judging them.
Oh, that's great.
So
That's great.
yeah, man.
But just to touch on the alien thing, like you said, you're an alien. You do understand that if there are gods, that these gods are alien. I want this to be clear to everyone that's listening. Whatever god you pray to is an alien. It's not human. It wasn't born human, but it created humans, which means it's an alien. Just to let people know, it's alien to us, okay? Which means it's an alien. Just saying, gods are alien. That's all I want to say.
Have you heard of the Demiurge?
The Demiurge.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Not the one from what was that show? Was it called Overlord? I think there's an anime called Overlord.
I fucking love that anime, by the way.
I haven't watched it.
It's
but I'm aware of the character. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, Demiurge, and it goes back to those Gnostics as well. So what they were saying is that there's a being called the Demiurge here, who is the quote unquote god of this realm. And what this Demiurge does is use humans' energy for its own benefit and to keep this system running. And so what they're saying is that this Demiurge has tricked a lot of people into worshiping it and giving their energy to it, and identifies as a false god. Well, identifies as the real god, but is really a false god. And the only, like, the supreme creator being is way above that Demiurge. So there's that. I guess you can call it a philosophy.
Where does that come from?
Quite interesting.
Where does that come from?
I think that's from the Gnostics. I'm gonna search that real quick.
Jeez, because we need to talk about all of that shit when we get into religion, man. Because when we get into religion, that's when we're gonna really, really ruffle all kinds of feathers. We're not gonna ruffle them. We're gonna nuke them. We're gonna nuke some feathers when we get into the religious talks, man. Holy shit. Some feathers.
I'm going to send you an article. and I'm going to let you just take it where it takes you. That's how I like to do things. I don't want to, like, give you information and, like, program you for some shit. So, yeah. I sent you a link in the chat.
Okay, I see.
You can check that out on your own time and have some fun with it.
So, Gnostics explained. Where did that go? Here we go. Gnostics explained the Gnostic Demiurge. Okay. I'll look at that later. Jeez, man, this has been this didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. I think this.
Yeah, we shook it up a little bit. We shook it up. Yeah, man. It was good though.
Oh, I liked it. I loved so much. It was so good. It's always great talking to you, man. It's always great talking to you.
For sure, man. For sure.
So, how do you want to sign out this time? How do you want to sign out?
How are you gonna sign out?
Yeah.
So I would say just keep questioning everything. Like, none of us really know what the nature of reality is. The only thing we know is what's true for us in the moment, you know? And again, as we open up this conversation here, we saw that my truth is different from George's truth. And that's all good, you know, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to figure some shit out, and we're going to come back together to one after this lifetime or after that. I don't know how this shit works. I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. I'm grateful for this present moment, this now moment. And this is where I like to focus my energy into what's happening right now.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great. That's beautiful. A lot of people should do that. I second that. I feel like a lot of people need to just be happy to be alive. And even though it's hard, and yes, you do go through some things, you just got to keep going on, man. You got to look at the positive. You keep going on. Just be happy to be alive. Because I think that's the whole point, just to be happy. Like, a lot of people go, I'm just going to end with this. A lot of people go, what is the meaning of life? And I feel like you're wasting your time trying to answer that question. Just go out and live it. Just go out and do it and see what happens. And just live your life. Have fun. Be good. Trying to be good to others. And that's it.
Sounds good, man. I love that. Just live this shit.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This has been the craziest one yet. I don't think it's just going to get crazier from here on. All right. We out, man.
Peace.